It is a natural hormone, believe it or not, that can allow us to just not feel as hungry all the time. Now, this doesn't mean that you should undereat. I'm not saying that either. I have many shows that saying that, listen, if you're only eating one meal a day, it's going to be really difficult to get all the vitamins and minerals that your body needs. Now, I know that you can get your calorie requirements, right? You can get your macro requirements, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be getting all your micros, which are different than macros. Macros are proteins, fats, and carbs, and micros are more of your, well, they're called micronutrients, vitamins and minerals and specific amino acids, as well as omegas, etc. And these are things that lead to good brain health, good energy, less brain fog, more ambition, more libido, more drive, just more overall zest and vitality for life. So sure, you can get enough calories. You can get enough calories, believe it or not, just by drinking, let's say a 6-pack of Coca-Cola a day. But that's not, that's going to be enough calories, but it's not going to be that healthy for you. Okay. So, well, it's not at all healthy for you, right? But if we're just talking about calories, we're talking about calories. So obviously there's more than just calories. We want where the calories come from. And so that's so much of what we talk about. I'm going to give you that breakdown towards the end of the show of how to help secrete more, though, of this hormone called PYY. It stands for Peptide YY or Peptide YY. You'll be hearing more about it in the future, but I just want to make sure that you've already heard about it, that you already have a foundational-based knowledge of it, because what happens is this is a 36 amino acid peptide. It is secreted in our own gut. That means in your small intestine. So your small intestine is about 21 feet or so long, 21, 23 feet. Again, depends on the height of the human being. And the thing is, we all produce this hormone inside of the small intestine. Now, again, it's from the endocrine cells called the L cells in the small intestine. Endocrine essentially means endocrinology, which stands for hormones of the body. And you might say, well, this is my small intestine. How is that producing hormones? Remember, there are other things in the body that act like hormones besides testosterone, DHEA, which is dihydroepiandrosterone. And then there is estrogen, and there's 3 forms of that. Then there's progesterone. There's actually different metabolites of that. So, here's the thing, though. They're not all just produced in the ovaries, testes, adrenals of the body. You're also producing these hormones in other parts of the body. Believe it or not, melatonin acts like a hormone. Vitamin D can act like a hormone. So when we're talking about hormones, we're not always just talking about, as we think of the sex hormones in the body. So this hormone, though, believe it or not, it's made in your intestines a lot like it's not like 5-HTP, but we talk about serotonin coming from tryptophan and 5-hydroxytryptophan, which is 5-HTP, and that serotonin, the happy, feel-good neurotransmitter, then actually moves in the bloodstream as well. But it's synthesized from food, from at least tryptophan, and it makes its way into the bloodstream. Well, this is what also happens. If you're eating the right diet, this peptide YY is made in your small intestine. It moves through the gut wall as long as your gut is healthy, and then it moves in the bloodstream. Now, when it's in the bloodstream, it's actually then going to make its way to certain receptors that, again, if they're open to it, it's almost like your pancreas secretes insulin, okay? Well, now the insulin's in the bloodstream, but the cells still need to be receptive to insulin in order to unlock the cell to allow the glucose to get out of the bloodstream and into your cells. Well, peptide YY is the same. It has to bind to receptors that receive those signals in the brain, right? So what does that mean? Well, it basically means that we need to work on inflammation as well. And we say, we need to work on inflammation. Should we just take a product like Inflammasoothe? Well, Inflammasoothe is a great product to be using. However, what we want to talk about is there a root cause for larger amounts of inflammation? And the answer is almost always yes. So while you are working on healthy levels of inflammation, by using a product like Inflammasoothe, you also want to be saying, why do I have inflammation in my body? And you'll be able to figure that out. Some type of toxicity, some type of deficiency, greater amounts of omega-6s, lower amounts of omega-3s, heavy metals, gut dysfunction, etc.